not easy being choked. With more bucks than you can count, more than what's in your clutch. I could fund a small war and start a recession. A big dog, a boss hog. What I want is the question. I want it all. I want it all. I need it all. Right now. I want it all. I gotta get it. I got to get it. Yup. I want it all. I want it all. I need it all. Right now. I want it all.
It's time for the 12th man to get on your feet for your Seattle Seahawks. Let's hear it from our 12th man for your Seattle Seahawks offensive starters. And at wide receiver from Southern California, number 17, Mike Williams. And at quarterback from Boston College, number 8, Matt Hasselbeck.
An exhibition contest here between the Seattle Seahawks and San Francisco 49ers. The Seahawks
playing on their home field, and they want to be able to keep this advantage going. As we get ready for this one, Chris, what is the key in this matchup?
Well, and I think you hit on it, Gus, the home field advantage, because these two teams obviously match up very well against each other. So as the home team, you're hoping that you can sort of incite your own fans and get that energy in the building, because in a game this close, that well could be the difference.
All right, Chris, with that in mind, it's game time, and we've got two teams really ready to rumble. Mare will be kicking this one off to get us started. Cam Chancellor was there to bring him down. And from Utah, onto the field steps the seventh-year quarterback, Alex Smith, who played high school football in San Diego with running back Reggie Bush. The offense will take over at the 24-yard line. And we'll have a first down and 10. Decides to run. He finds a lane. The focus of this offense is ball control, and it's built from the offensive line up. Of course, when you have one of the premier running backs in Frank Gore from Miami, it becomes an easy decision to run the rock.
No question about that, Gus. Frank Gore is one of those running backs, maybe not as flashy as some guys, but he puts up flashy numbers. It seems like he gains 5 yards falling down, and he is just built so low to the ground. The guys hate tackling him.
And Chris, he is definitely primed to be a performer to watch in this one. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 38. Goes for it all. He crosses the goal line. Touchdown!
There's just something about a ball that you know if you catch it, it's 6 points. And if you don't, you're going to be the goat of the game. It just makes you focus a little bit more.
Joe Nedney drills the PAT, and now it's a 7-point game. San Francisco is up a touchdown. Nedney is just about ready to kick this one away. Washington is back to receive the kick. And it's fielded at the 4. Gets it to the 21. Brooks was there for the stop.
That brings out the 14-year man out of Boston College, quarterback Matt Hasselbeck.
Searching for an open man. He loads up for the deep throw.
This is an offense that has rediscovered its running game, and it's paid dividends. Marshawn Lynch from Cal has found himself, and this offense has found itself a premier back.
Yeah, so many times with guys, it's about finding the right system. Marshawn Lynch always had the talent, but now he's in a system that allows him to really excel.
And Chrissy is definitely primed to be a performer to watch in this one. He rolls out to his right. The stop was made by Shawntae Spencer.
I always thought tight ends were sort of like pacifiers for babies. You know, just about the time that you need a little security blanket, you know where to go.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 34. Hasselbeck, hands off. They tackle him for a loss.
And as we take some time to introduce the defensive key players, we spotlight Patrick Willis from Ole Miss. He is one of the best linebackers in the NFL, and he's getting better.
Yeah, multiple Pro Bowls in his career says an awful lot about Patrick Willis. He has a motor that never stops running, and he has become the emotional leader of this defense.
Look out, heavy pressure on him. They get to him in the pocket and bring him down for the sack.
Loss of 8 on the play.
So they're facing 3rd and long, following the sack. Drop play. Drop behind the line.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want. But ultimately, this game comes down to one big man against another big man, and that time the defense's big men, they won the battle.
Fourth down. The Seahawks lining up to punt. Ginn starts running at the 32.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
First down and 10. Ball on their own 37. Has a man to his right. And the tackle was made by Marcus Trufant. Time to take a look at the defensive starters, a group that prides itself on being fast and athletic. And linebacker Lofa Tatupu from USC is the personification of that overall athleticism.
Yeah, you're right, Gus. Lofa Tatupu is not the biggest guy to play linebacker, but he's so quick off the snap and covers so much ground in the passing game that he kind of embodies a new style of linebacker, quick and athletic. And when you can run the ball for first downs, it sets up the play action. Now look for this team to be able to mix it up, and that can be so tough on a defense.
It's first and 10. Ball at midfield. Makes the throw over the middle. Ginn was the intended receiver on the play. So they'll face a second and 10. Ball at midfield. Pass is short right side. Lofa Tatupu was there to bring him down.
Pretty good job by the defense that time. They took away the deep throws, forcing the check down, and then they were there to make the tackle for a short gain.
Here they go, third down and 8. Throws the screen, hit as he caught it, and he's able to hang on to it. They lose a yard with that pass.
That play was really all about defensive pursuit. They saw the ball thrown, they got there quickly for a loss on the play.
So, it's fourth down. The 49ers ready to punt this one away. And now this offense will set up with excellent field position with the chance to cut into this lead. They'll take over at the 20. And we'll have a first down and 10. They're setting up the screen. Second down for the offense after that incomplete pass.
Receiver on the play. Second down.
That'll make it second down with 10 to go. The ball is on their own 20. On the ground with the tailback. The stop was made by Shante Spencer. Looks to be about a 9-yard gain.
Well, they brought the blitz that time. The offensive line did a pretty good job recognizing it. They got the blocks, but the back was still able to get out of there for a nice gain.
Short yardage situation here. They'll need a little less than a yard to convert. Hasselbeck hands it off straight ahead. Takeo Spikes was there for the stop. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 34. Lynch off the left side. He's wrestled down around the 45-yard line by Goldson. First down, 10 to go. Lynch takes it left. Takeo Spikes was there to bring him down.
Gain of 1.
We've got 2nd and 9 yards to go. Inside handoff. He's dropped down right around midfield by Goldson.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Third down now, 5 yards to go. Looking for a man. Loads it up. Looking end zone. He's got it. Touchdown!
Brandon Stokely really came through there. They were in that tough 3rd and long situation. He calmly got the job done. Exactly the kind of skills you like to see in your quarterback.
And this for the tie. Murray is good on the point after. Time winds down here in the first with the score. The Seahawks, 7. The 49ers, 7. Murray is ready to kick this one off. Williams is deep, looking to return the kickoff. And the tackle was made by Walter Thurman III. They had to punt it away on their previous drive. They'll set up shop at the 19. First down and 10. He rolls to his left.
Yeah, but you have to be careful making that throw. Sometimes those are easily intercepted. You did a good job getting out of there, but that throw was dangerous.
Second down and 7 yards to go. Flips it out short to his left. Third down coming up after that incomplete pass. It's third down, 10 yards for first. Short pass to his left. Kelly Jennings was there for the stop.
The Seahawks held them in check on that drive, and that's a good way to send a strong message to an offense that it is going to be a very physical game.
It's 4th down. The 49ers line up to punt. Washington gets it at the 23. Flag on the play, first of the game.
Personal foul.
Lee was there to bring him down. This one might be coming back. Let's see what the flag is.
Well, the defense was out there battling on that one, but that was exactly the kind of break this offense needed.
At the end of the first quarter, it's knotted up. Welcome back to Seattle. They'll go to work at the 23-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Fires a laser down the middle.
And we've always talked about this receiver's big play ability. He may not be the fastest guy in the league, but you can tell he wants the ball in his hands in big situations.
And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Ball on their own 34. Lynch takes the delayed handoff. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
For me, there's nothing more impressive in football than to see a cover cornerback able to come up and make the stops on the run. That's a complete football player.
It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Dumps it out right. He's tackled around the 38-yard line by Brock. They'll gain 4 on that pass play. And looking at a 3rd and 6 right here. Ball on their own 38. He'll throw the screen. Nate Clements was there for the stop.
Good job all the way around by the defense that time. Not only did they have the deep routes completely covered there, but they also had the check down well within their grasp.
It's 4th down. The Seahawks lining up to punt. And he takes it at the 12. He takes it back to the 29-yard line. Robinson was there to bring him down.
Boy, that was a close one for the coverage team. They were able to wrap him up before he broke it open, but he is on the brink. This coverage team is going to have to start playing with a little more intensity, a little more heart, or they're going to give up a big one.
Short throw to the right. Aaron Curry was there for the stop.
The key to that play really was the coverage down the field, forcing the quarterback to go to the check down, and they came up and make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd down and 6 yards to go. They spot it at their own 32. And looks left. Throws.
Number 11 can't complete the pass.
Third down, 6 yards to the first. They spot it at their own 32. Has a man to his right. Walter Thurman III was there to bring him down. What happened there, Chris?
Well, they got caught in man-to-man coverage on that play, and I couldn't tell if the defender slipped a little bit or not. Maybe he just got beat on the play.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. And we have a flag on the play.
Holding.
He's brought down right around the 42-yard line by Clemens.
First down.
That will back this one up.
Penalties like that sometimes will split a huddle. You'll get half the guys patting you on the back and saying that's okay, and the other half are looking at you like, you idiot.
Throws it over the middle of the field. Throws it into coverage. Easily intercepted. The stop was made by Vernon Davis.
This guy's a gambler, no question about it. He doesn't mind taking some chances, and sometimes it pays off just like that.
First down, 10 to go. Steps and throws to the left side. Patrick Willis was there for the stop. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
And that was a nice job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback enough time to survey the field and find the open guy.
First down and 10. Going deep toward the left sideline. Second down now following the incomplete pass. They'll face second down and 10. Has a man open in the middle. He drops the easy pick.
Boy, the quarterback has to be a better decision maker than that. There's no way he was going to get that one in.
That brings up third and 10. Short throw to the left. Uh-oh! Watch out!
I wish all our fans could see what's happening down the field on all our television broadcasts, because so much of the game now is won and lost in the secondary.
They line up at the 23. He's looking down the middle. Throws. He does a good job to hang on to the ball.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do when the defense is blitzing. Get rid of it in a hurry. If you've got a shot at a completion, nice read that time.
That'll bring up second down, a couple of yards needed to convert. Hit and drop behind the line.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
The offense is now looking at 3rd and 5. And the ball on the 18-yard line. Passes out to the left. Deflected and broken up. The field goal unit is on the field. The kick is good. Olindo Mare kicks it through to break the tie. Mare looks ready to kick it away. Ginn stands back to field the kick. And the tackle was made by Lewis. And it looks like there's an injury down there on the field. It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 25. Feeds it to the back. The stop was made by Aaron Curry.
Gets the call on the run. 1-yard gain on the play.
So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Gore on the delay. And the tackle was made by Lawyer Malloy. 4-yard gain.
4 on the play.
It's a 3rd and 5 situation. They're setting up the screen. The stop was made by Aaron Curry.
You know, it really wasn't a horrible call that time by the defense, but anytime you have to try and stop an offense like this in those medium yardage situations, you really have to come up in the coverage.
And so we've reached the 2-minute warning. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. And we're at the 2-minute warning. Looks left, loads it up. They picked it off. The Seahawks. Defense has come up with 2 big picks now in the first half. From their own 27-yard line. Look out, heavy pressure on him.
When you get that kind of pressure, a lot of times the play will result in something worse than just an incompletion.
That'll make it second down with 10 to go. Searching for an open man. He bats the ball away. Williams was his intended target. Third down now, 10 yards for the first. Passes it short. About 6 yards on the play.
Gain of 6.
Get your money with your head. Executive branch. Like a player here in the club. Yes, it cranks. Cute little mamas, but they stack with backs. That's what's up. Hey, you been on the world. Come and join my circle. I break down till I move like a turtle. My body gets green. Like Porsche's turtle.
Fourth down. The Seahawks ready to punt this one away. Ginn will take it at the 21.
You don't hear me talking about the punter very often, but the punter got the job done there. Anytime you get that kind of hang time, it gives those coverage guys a chance to get down the field and make the tackle. Great play by the punter.
He goes down. Sack.
Wow, he looked like a cyclone down there getting to the quarterback.
It is impressive when a guy that big is that nimble on his feet. He makes it look so easy, and it seems like he's past the offensive lineman as soon as the ball snapped. Tough to stop.
I'm just amazed he kept his balance.
Yeah, you know what's so incredible? He's running full speed and still has the agility to spin around the lineman, gather himself, and get to the quarterback. Just great athleticism.
Second down and 7 yards to go. Passes out to his right.
Pass incomplete. Number 15. The intended receiver on the play. Third down.
They're facing a 3rd and 10. A minute left in the half. Passes short right side. He gains 8 with the reception. Fourth down. The 49ers line up to punt. And it's in the end zone for a touchback. The offense will take over at the 20-yard line. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Lynch gets the carry. Justin Smith was there to bring him down. That'll be it for the first half of play. Our halftime score is the Seahawks 10, the 49ers 7. Welcome back to Seattle. Seattle will get it first here in the second half. He'll return it from the 6. And the tackle was made by Taylor Mays. They'll take over at the 19-yard line. First down, 10 to go. Dumps it out right. The stop was made by Aldon Smith. Number 87 gains 4 yards with that reception. It's second down and 6. He'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want, but ultimately this game comes down to one big man against another big man, and that time the defense's big men, they won the battle.
They need 8 on third down to move the chains. Dumps it short. And the tackle was made by Patrick Willis. And so far in this one, as you can see, this player has been the impact performer of the game so far. First down and 10. Good coverage downfield. Makes the grab near the sideline, but no signal yet. Yes, he did make the catch. It's first and 10. Here's a halfback. He's dropped down at about the 39-yard line by Goldson. It's second down. They only need a couple of inches for the first. Lynch on the inside handoff. Aldon Smith was there for the stop. And we'll have a first down and 10. Flips it out short.
As a quarterback, you have to go through your reads. That was his first look on that play, and he shouldn't have stayed with it that long. That was a bad decision.
It's now second down, 10 yards to go. Opts for a short throw. The stop was made by Patrick Willis. Pickup of 8 on the pass.
Gain of 8 on the play.
That'll make it third down. The offense needs about 3 feet for the first. He's searching for a receiver and looks left. Throws. And the pass will fall incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, at the end of the game, you go back and you basically say what happened on third down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
They'll call on the field goal unit here. And he makes it. Olindo Mare sends it through. They'll go up by 6. Mare is ready to kick this one off. Ginn is back to receive the kick. And the tackle was made by Babineau. They'll start at the 18-yard line. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Run play, left side.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
Second down and 14. Gives it to the back. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
And you love to see those linebackers playing downhill like that. Not just flowing sideline to sideline, but attacking and trying to get in the backfield.
They'll need 15 on this third down to move the chains. They're going deep. And he drops the short pick. And it'll be fourth down following the pass deflection.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on third down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
It's fourth down. The 49ers lining up to punt. Washington will start running at the 39. Gets to about the 47 and is down. Brown was there to bring him down. First down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 47. Lynch takes it up the middle.
You know, Marshawn Lynch may have had a few skeptics when he first came in the league, but anytime you get on this team, you know you're going to have to prove how tough you are. And he always seems to do it with a little smile on his face. He's having fun playing the game of football.
First down and 10. They hand it off.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
Second down now, 12 to go. Lynch gets the call. He's wrestled down around the 29-yard line by Brown. Third down now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert for a first down. Handoff up the middle. The stop was made by Justin Smith. Chalk up a big gain and a first for the ball carrier on that one.
Big play that time by a talented player. You can tell in those tough, clutch situations, he wants the ball in his hands.
It's first and 10. Fires a strike to the right. It's going to be a first and goal for the Seahawks.
I wish all our fans could see what's happening down the field on all our television broadcasts, because so much of the game now is won and lost in the secondary.
Seattle is trying to make this a two-score game. Under heavy pressure. Gets it off and he takes a hit.
And even though that one doesn't go down as a sack, that's one of those that the quarterback remembers and probably rushes him just a little bit on the next throw.
They line it up at the 4-yard line. They give it off here.
Marshawn Lynch represents really everything a team could want in a running back. He always fights for the extra yardage. You never see him just running out of bounds. He's a tough guy. He's a great athlete. What a force.
Well, they will go for two here. Still looking for an open man. Powers in for the two-point conversion. Great job there. They were able to get it in for two. Seattle will be kicking off. Johnson stands back to field the kick. Here we go. He'll return it from the 4-yard line. Babineau was there for the stop. The defense played exceptionally well the last time this offense had the ball. They'll set up shop at the 19. And we'll have a first down and 10. Has a man to his right. Marcus Trufant was there to bring him down. Norris picks up about maybe 4 yards with the catch. From their own 23-yard line. Gore gets it on a counter left. They tackle him for a loss.
Really impressive play that time by this defensive line. It wasn't just one guy, but every guy up front just dominating their guy at the point of attack.
Third down and 10 coming up here. He's dropped, and that's a huge sack. It's 4th and long now after the sack. Washington gets it at the 41. He makes it out to the 43-yard line. Thaddeus Gibson was there for the stop.
He did a good job there finding a seam and getting up the field. You know, a lot of people don't realize that being a punt returner or a kick returner is one of the toughest jobs in the NFL. There's a whole lot of things that could go wrong and only a few that can really go right.
Hammered in the backfield. So at the end of 3, the score is 21-7. Seahawks. Welcome back to Seattle. They're looking now at 2nd and 11. Lynch will run it again.
Number 24.
He's brought down right around the 42-yard line by Brooks. They spot the rock on the 42-yard line. Takes it right up the gut, and he's got room to run. He's tackled right around the 30-yard line by Goldson. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball on the 30-yard line. Passes out to his right. He can't come up with it. Incomplete pass. Butler was his intended target.
Receiver on the play. Second down.
2nd down and 7 yards to go. They spot the rock on the 30. Looking for a man. He's going to his right. Throws. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Not only did he have great zip on that one, but that was right on the money. It's one thing to have the big arm, but if you're not accurate, you don't get the big payoffs like we just saw there.
And the point after is good. Mare is just about ready to kick this one away. Johnson is deep, looking to return the kickoff. He'll return it from the 1. A good job there by the quarterback to fit that ball in there with good coverage.
Yeah, and the defensive back didn't really do anything wrong there. The quarterback just made a good throw. We'll see if he starts to play him a bit more aggressively, maybe initiate some contact and get that receiver out of his comfort zone going forward.
Smith hands it off. And the tackle was made by Aaron Curry. Passing in this situation seems like it would have been a good idea.
Passing in every situation seems to me like it would be a better idea, but when you have the clock working against you like this, it's time to put it up.
Play is a first down.
First down, 10 to go. They're on their own 35. He's dropped for a loss.
There are just some guys in this league that you have to run away from, but the danger in that is you run away from him and he uses his speed to catch you from behind.
The stop was made by Lofa Tatupu.
Just a simple little bubble screen there to the wide receiver, and defensively, you really have to fly out there or this guy could really break one in the open field.
They're looking at 3rd and 9. Ball on their own 36. There's the deep throw. It's almost picked off. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up 4th down.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
Looks like they decided to go for it here. Going down the middle with it. Tight coverage, and it's picked off. And he's tackled at about the 43-yard line by number 77. First down and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line. Breaks through up the gut. Manny Lawson was there to bring him down. Pickup of 4.
Gain of 4.
Brings up 2nd down and 5. The ball is on the 39-yard line. Here's a pass over the middle. Patrick Willis was there for the stop.
Gain of 12 on the play.
It's 1st and 10. So the ball on the 27-yard line. Rolls to his right. Knocked out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
All it takes is a split second on a play fake for the defense to get just a little out of position. I think that's just what happened on that pass there.
So 2nd down, the offense needs about 4 for the first. Goes through his progression. Throws it deep to the end zone. He drops the easy pick.
Number 15, the intended receiver.
Just about 4 yards shy of the first here on 3rd down. Deep pass. He wants the end zone. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, at the end of the game, you go back and you basically say what happened on 3rd down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
And the kick team on to try this one from 39. It's up and it's good. And with that, the score is the Seahawks 31, the 49ers 7. Mare looks ready to kick it away. Johnson is back to receive the kick. Taken from the 3-yard line. He stopped at the 24-yard line. McCoy was there to bring him down. The offense will start at the 24-yard line. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Dumps it out left. He's pushed out of bounds at the 30. About 6 yards on the play.
You know, that's good recognition that time by the quarterback. He saw the man-to-man coverage. He goes to the out route. That's pretty easy to get done.
They hurry to the line. Passes out to the left. And the tackle was made by Kelly Jennings. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
Yeah, I can remember hearing stories about old-time players in the NFL that literally they could go out in the pitch black and make throws and catches without really even seeing the ball. That's the kind of timing we're seeing today.
Now we have a 1st down and 10 to go. Throws to his right. Interception. Alex Smith was there for the stop. The Seahawks have been very aggressive against the pass. That's pick number 4. So they line up at the 47. Hasselbeck hands it off straight ahead. He's dropped down around the 41-yard line by Evans. And just about 4 yards away here on second down. Runs middle. Running room. He's wrestled down around the 24-yard line by Goldson. First down, 10 to go. He's dragged down on the play. It could have been worse, though. There was only a 1-yard loss on the play.
Well, it's becoming pretty obvious at this point that they're having trouble blocking this defensive line. Now you really don't have a choice. You have to go to more 3- and 5-step drops, get that ball out of there quickly.
They line up at the 25. Again, he'll get the call.
You know you have a pretty special player at the running back position when, despite the fact that they're run blitzing him now, he can still get out of there and still come up with a nice gain.
Third down now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert for a first down. Lynch on the run. Not much there, but they got enough to move the chains.
Yeah, the defense really played that one pretty well, but anytime you get in those short yardage situations, you can't allow that ball carrier to fall forward. If he does, typically you pick up the first down.
First down and 10. There are 2 minutes to go in this football game. Hasselbeck, hands off. The stop was made by Justin Smith. They continue to get first downs by running the ball.
Pretty methodical approach right now for this offense. Not only are they picking up first downs and grinding out yards, but they're eating up a lot of time on the clock.
First down, goal to goal. They start with the ball on the 5. Lynch on the handoff, dropped behind the line.
Yeah, and we know defensive ends are probably some of the most athletic guys in the league, and typically you think about them getting after the quarterback, but that time he used his athleticism to make a big stop in the run.
Four yards will get them in for the score. Hasselbeck gives it up the middle. And the tackle was made by Justin Smith.
Gain of 4 on the play.
And it's 3rd and goal now. That's all from Quest Field. We have highlights and stats coming up next. Stay with us. And let's take a look at the Gatorade Performer of the Game.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.